There are no classes because coaching institutes are closed. We don't know when they will be doing. Yeah, Pradeep, 40th, congratulations on your tremendous success.
Thank you.
Let's go. So, Pradeep, heartiest congratulations on your tremendous success.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming to our institute, coming all the way from Haryana.
It's
I
my
know
pleasure,
it is.
sir.
I know it is very difficult to travel also in these times.
Yes, sir. I've been meeting you, sir. I think after the main test series and after the interview. So
Yes.
it has been a very long time. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
very
been
happy to say.
yeah, it's been a very long time that we have met. I think we met last time only during the mains and then interview time.
Yes, sir.
So Pradeep, if you have to explain your secret of success in few words, how would you do that?
Sir, in few words, if I have to explain my success, then it would be consistency, determination, and the hard work. That is very important in the UPSC exam because UPSC is totally a game of uncertainties. You never know that you would be getting selected or not, and you will never know that if you are getting selected, that what rank you will get. So you may have to continue in this game for 2 years, 3 years, or even 4 years. This was my 4th attempt. So I think consistency is very important. With that, patience is also very important, and you have to be very determined to continue for so long. So consistency, determination, and the hard work are the main pillars of the success in UPSC.
So let us go in a different manner. What do you think students should not do when they prepare for this examination?
So common mistakes that the students do while preparing for this examination is the access of information. There is huge amount of information is available in the market. There are different types of magazines, different types of books for every subject is there in the market. So there is a feeling of insecurity among the students that they have given 1 attempt or 2 attempts and they are not clearing it. So there is a feeling in their mind that they may be missing on content somewhere. So they try to cover up that syllabus from different sources, and they think that if they cover up the syllabus from different sources and from different books, then it will be beneficial for them. But actually it plays with their intellectual level. So as they say that more things you read, it decreases your IQ level, and that is very important in the UPSC exam, that your IQ level should be up, because the load of information actually decreases your attention power. There is huge amount of information students mug up and then cramp them, and they are not able to produce it, and they are not able to recall it in the exam. So you should avoid the huge amount of information. First thing is that you should be very clear about the material. Book list is there. Revise it more and more, and then have confidence on whatever you have read, and then go with the confidence, have total attention in the exam, so it will be good for you.
So how did you separate what is needed from what is not?
Sir, the main thing is that there is no hard and fast rule in UPSC. The thing is that what suits for you, that you should go for it. Some people say that you should write in this way and that way, you should not read this book, or you should read that book, that is the Bible of this subject. So some people may find it difficult. Some books, the language is very hard, they are not able to remember it easily. So, and some people may find some book very understandable, and some people may find some other book. So thing is that whatever suits you, you should go for it, you should go with it. So thing is, you have to be very specific about book list and the material with every subject. There are a huge amount of books available, so read 1 or 2 chapters from each book. From whichever book you think that I am quite comfortable with this book, then you should go for it. You should never feel that ये बहुत ऐसी बुक है, कभी कोई पढ़ता ही नहीं है यूपीएससी के लिए, तो वाई शुड आई रीड इट, और इससे मेरा नहीं होगा. तो ऐसा नहीं है. आपको जो भी बुक अच्छी लगती है, जिस बुक से आप इजीली चीज़ों को समझ पाते हैं, मुझे लगता है आपको उसी बुक के साथ जाना चाहिए, या फिर उसी मटेरियल से, चाहे वो किसी के नोट्स हो सकते हैं, कोई सिंपल बुक भी हो सकती है. मेन इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी.
Right. So, what is more important, reading more or writing more?
So I think there needs to be a balance between
Right.
between the two.
Mm.
And first thing is you need to before you write you should have some content.
Mm.
And for content development you should read.
Mm.
So this process starts with reading something. So आप सबसे पहले पढ़ना start करते हैं, आपका content build up होता है. After that you start writing. And when you write, you came to know about various deficiencies in your writing, that you are not able to complete your paper in time. Then there are some mistakes, you are not able to introduce it perfectly. Then conclusion is missing. Then body part you are not giving enough points. So the thing is, when you start writing, there are several type of things that you may come up. So
Right.
there should be a balance between reading and writing. First, concentrate on the reading part, build up your content. After that, start writing, and then gradually go on improvement in the writing.
So, when you have joined our test series for public administration,
Yes, sir.
initially you were not getting good marks.
Yes, sir.
That was in 2018.
Yes, sir.
So, how did you improve? Because this year, in almost all the tests, you are there in the top 10. In some of the tests, you have topped also.
Yes, sir.
So, how did you improve?
Actually, sir, 2018 was the first prelims that I got cleared.
Hmm.
I also attempted in 2016 and 17. I could not get even cleared prelims even. So in 2018 I cleared prelims, and then after that I joined test series of public administration here. In first test I only got 53 marks. In second test I got 72 marks. So at that point of time I was there were some discrepancies and some deficiencies with me. The important thing was I was not able to complete the paper in time. Second thing was I was not able to write the introduction, proper conclusion was missing. Third thing was I was not able to produce more number of points. I was only writing 3-4 points and focusing more on explanatory part. So sir, it was your valuable guidance that you have guided me all through this process, that you have said that first complete your paper, then write intro here, write this type of conclusion, then focus on more number of points instead of explaining one point again and again. So these were the things that I improved over a period of time, and by the time I gave my mains, I was getting good marks in public administration.
So, I think last year also you got very good marks in public administration.
Yes, sir. Last year I got 305 marks in public administration, and that has also helped me getting 260 rank in the UPSC civil service.
So, in what way our test series has really helped you?
So test series has been a lifeline for me. Actually, I have said that when I gave my first test, I was only getting 53 marks. So there were many problems with my writing. The first thing that I was not able to complete my paper. So, and second thing, I was writing in a very haphazard manner. So I did not know that what should be the writing style, how should be my presentation and all these things. So test series was a lifeline for me in the sense that I got to know my deficiencies and my weakness before the exam, and therefore in the meantime I could improve on those deficiencies and weaknesses, and in the final exam I could perform better.
So, people now, do you think I can safely take public administration as an optional?
Yes, sir. Actually, I was also apprehensive with the result that the public administration was giving in last, I think, 10 years or so.
Yeah.
So I was also very apprehensive that I have taken public administration. Would I even be selected or not? Because public administration is good in every sense. The only thing is that it doesn't get you good marks. So because public administration, you would be very comfortable in GS paper 2. You would be very comfortable in ethics. Then it will also help you in essay. Further, even after getting selected, it will be very helpful for you in the training part and in your practical life of a civil servant or of an officer. So I think public administration is good in every way, but in the UPSC part itself, you are not getting that much of marks in the public administration. That's why there has been a decrease in number of students over a period of time. But I think it is a very good subject, and if you are working with a good approach and with a good guidance, you can get selection, and even you can get good rank in the public.
Yeah, because after 2005, I remember, you're the first topper from public administration after 2005, and I sincerely, congratulate you for this stupendous achievement.
Thank you, sir.
Once
Thank
again,
you.
you have given a lot of hope for public administration students.
Yes.
So my next question is, now that the prelims is coming in under almost less than 1 month time, so what kind of suggestion would you want to give to the students who are preparing for pre?
Okay, sir. So prelims, I think, is a game of pressure actually. So it is more focused on your attention and how you are performing under pressure, because content is not that very much important in the prelims as it is important in mains. So in prelims there is a temperament for prelims, you have to develop it. As they say that you can prepare for mains, you cannot prepare for prelims.
Right.
For prelims you can only practice. So important thing is that you practice enough before going to the prelims. You should also focus on your weaknesses and strength, that which part is your strength. Polity is there, geography is there, economics is there. So pick up your strength and try to be to get 100% questions to be correct from those topics which are your strength, and the subjects which are not which comes under your weakness. Consider that you attempt minimum number of questions from those areas, otherwise you will get negative marking in the examination. That will hurt you more, because for the last 2 years the cutoff has been only around 98, so it even less than 50%.
Right.
So important thing is only attempt those questions in which you are confident, or if you are even making a guess, then it should be an intelligent guess and a logical guess. Do not attempt questions only for the sake of attempting it.
Right.
And focus on your weakness and strength, and also focus on those things and those areas. Mainly current affairs is also very important, because in last 2 years the current affairs has been asked. Also the increased number of questions are also there, and different type of current affairs is being asked.
Yes.
So important thing is that you be very calm and composed in those conditions, and I hope that it will get good for you, and all the best to the students who are going for the prelims this year.
That's true. And what have you, what is your strategy for prelims? What are the areas you have identified? And how did you focus on those areas?
Sir, like I said, that you have to identify your strength and weakness. So for me, the polity was my strength, and then economics and geography. From economics, more number of questions are basically the conceptual questions are there. So you have to be very clear with concepts. Then you can attempt most of the questions from economy there.
Right.
Then geography is also there. Then also questions from geography are conceptual based. For history, there will be static questions. So for history, I was more focusing on the modern history, but for the last 2 years there has been increased number of questions from the medieval part also. So do not skip those parts. Then for current affairs, I was actually because I was working, so I would not be able to complete the current affairs regularly. So for that, I have taken the help of monthly magazines that are being compiled, and also their compilations are also there from different magazines that are easily available in the market. You can take help from that if you are not able to complete regularly your current affairs. And also revision is very important, sir. Even in the last 15 or 20 days, I think this is not the time that you practice the test much. You can give 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 as according to your need. 3 or 4 tests, full length tests according to your need. Then identify those areas where you are committing mistake. Then avoid attempting those mistakes in the real exam, and focus on revision. Have confidence, and keep your mind calm and composed, and increase your focus and attention in the exam. That will really help you.
So Pradeep, your achievement becomes much more significant, considering the fact that you have been working all through your preparation also.
Yes, sir.
So how did you manage your work as well as the studies? Because right now you can see that thousands of candidates are preparing, not even thousands, lakhs, and most of them are doing it full time. Even then also they are not able to clear, and whereas you have been working, and then also you have topped the examination. You can be with the utmost inspiration for all those people who are working, and of course most of the students, for our institute also, mostly those who are, online, they are also working. I keep on getting calls from them, especially yesterday itself I got a call from a student, from Bangalore online. Sir, I'm working, I just wanted to know from Pradeep, how did he manage the things?
Sir, like I already said that three things are very important in this exam, and first is consistency. So if you are preparing for this exam, consistency is very important. Even if you are working or not working, you have to maintain the consistency. So even if you are working, you have to manage your time in such a way that your consistency does not get disturbed. You can get time after the before going to the office or after coming from the office. I have managed my time like I have skipped my lunch and many a times, and during that time I did not gossip with my friends and go outside during the lunch. I was just keeping to my table and studying at that point of time. Even while traveling to and fro from the office, I was only focusing on those videos I could watch while traveling in the metro. So the thing is that there is only 24 hours for every person, whether he is working or not. So you cannot do anything about it. So you have to manage your time accordingly. And if you are very determined about it, and you want to, other thing is that you need to keep the consistency for this preparation. So the thing is that if you are very determined, then you will get the time. And if any person wants to get in detail, then I have also made a YouTube channel. I will explain everything in detail, that how you can do and how you can prepare while working.
That's very important. Yes. So the next question is, did you prepare separately for pre and mains?
Yes, sir. Sir, for me, actually every person may have a different strategy, but for me, I have thought that prelims, mains and interview are three phases of this examination, and I think the pattern of all the three phases is also different, so you have to prepare accordingly. So for prelims, you have to mainly focus on the factual part. Questions will be asked in a different way. There will be some questions you have to focus on for prelims, but they are not important for the mains. Similarly, when you are preparing for the mains, your opinion is very important. You can skip the factual part, but you should also you have to focus more on that how it can affect, what are the challenges, how you can solve it, solutions are there. So for prelims and mains part, their first important difference is that it is objective. You will get the options in prelims, but you are not getting it in the mains exam. So in mains exam, you have to give yourself this luxury that whatever you want to write, you can write in mains, but in prelims you cannot do that. Then for the interview, preparing interview is like everything under the sun you have to prepare. So that is again a different type of strategies needed for interview. So I think for all the three phases, you have to prepare accordingly as the requirement of the exam.
So the next question is, it's been a very long process for you,
yes,
because you started preparing sometime in 2016.
Yes, sir.
So how did you motivate yourself for these 4 or 5 years?
Yes, sir. Motivation for me has mainly come from my family actually. My father has been a pillar of strength for me during my preparation. I have given my first attempt in 2016. I was working as an income tax inspector at that point of time, and I could not clear the prelims in first attempt. Then again I prepared for the second attempt, and again I could not clear the prelims. So that at that point it was very depressing for me, and I thought that while working it is not possible to clear the exam. I am not even able to clear the first phase. Then it will be very difficult for me. Even if I clear the prelims in the next phase, then it will be very difficult for me to clear the mains and then interview. So that was the main turning point for me when I thought that I would left the preparation or the job. But because of the financial constraint, I could not leave the job, and therefore I thought of leaving the preparation. But my father again encouraged me that I should prepare for it, and if we have the determination and the courage, then we can do it. Then he gave me the required energy, and I again started preparing for this. And hopefully, sir, with your guidance and with the blessings of Almighty God, I am able to reach here.
So the nice of you. So, coming back to specifics, this public administration, how did you prepare for paper 1 and paper 2?
Sir, public administration is a very dynamic subject in the sense that you have to be very attentive about the current affairs.
Right.
So, because most of the questions in paper 2 are asked from the current affairs, from the current events. So, in that sense, you have to be very attentive for the current affairs. For paper 1, sir, theoretical part is very important. You have to be very clear about the theories from different thinkers. And it is not only that you have to cramp up those theories, you have to be very open-minded while reading those theories, that how these theories are relevant to today's time, where we can use it. And important thing is that how you will use those theories in Indian administration. Like if there is F.W. Taylor, then how it is relevant in Indian administration. Still many PSUs are working on those principles, like the best way for doing things and all these things. And then how human relations is important, how we are it is going to be help us in Indian administration. So the main important thing is how to link these interlink the concepts from the paper 1, the theories and thinkers, and how they are being useful in paper 2 in the Indian administration. So it has been a mixed bag of both the things, and you cannot just look at the public administration from the point of view that it is paper 1 and paper 2. You have to look at the public administration a wholesome subject.
Right.
And only then if you prepare like that, then it will be very easy for you, it will be very comfortable for you.
So one more aspect of preparation.
Yes, sir.
Mostly, you are doing it independently,
Yes.
because you are not part of any social media,
Yes, sir.
whether it is WhatsApp or Facebook or anything.
Yes, sir.
So which one students should do? Should they form a groups and discuss the things, or should they be doing it on their own?
Sir, again I would like to say that it is the decision of a person to person, that if it suits you, that you can go for it. Otherwise, if it doesn't suit you, then you should prepare on your own. So the important thing is that how you find yourself comfortable. For me, I am not a very I am not such a person. Further, I was also having the deficiency of time, because most
Right.
of my time was used in the office. So after office and before office, there was very less much amount of time available to me. And for that, there was I have divided my whole syllabus into modules, and there were targets for me for every week. So I didn't get time to socialize on any social media platform, or even with groups or friends. So I was only focusing on my syllabus, and I was always lacking in completing my targets for the weekly targets actually. So and it worked for me, but
Yeah.
for some people it might also help them that they form the social groups. The main benefit from the forming social groups is that you can get different opinions.
Right.
And if you are lacking somewhere, then you might also get some help from your friends. They may also motivate you, they encourage you. So that is the main beneficial point. The other the cons and the negative point is that you may get a lot of time your time wasted in those social media, because most of the time the people are not talking those things, relevant things.
They don't talk relevant things.
Yes, sir.
For example, even you are part of our Telegram group also.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Actually, I am
You
also
are very
part
silent.
of.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
you never.
I am also part of that Telegram group, but I never have.
Yes.
I have never commented on that Telegram
Yes.
group, and I've always watched silently what people are talking. If there is
Exactly.
any relevant thing, then take it.
Right.
Otherwise, you just keep away from it and focus on your studies. Focus on yourself. Have confidence in your mind, and be calm and composed, and
Exactly.
be very. Actually, in the end, it is you that is
Exactly.
you have to compete with. So you know where you are standing and what is needed. So you have to compete with yourself. So you may do it on your own, or you may do it with the help of your friends or any other.
So you have been part of our GS test series also this year, but you could not take some of the tests. So how did you benefit out of those things?
So GS after the prelims, I joined the test series here of the public administration. Then the important thing is that last year my weakness was from the GS paper 1 and then paper 4 ethics. I also got very less marks in paper 4 ethics. Then in essay I was also not able to get very good marks in essay. So I thought that I have been giving public administration test series here, so I should also joined the GS test series, and I have joined the GS test series. The important thing that it has helped me is that first thing that I got to practice before the final exam. That is very important, because it is not the questions that you would get in the final exam from these test series, but it is the practice that you are writing it in the exam framework in the 3 hours. Are you able to complete those questions in 3 hours? And how you are writing? Are you focusing on your presentation? Then what is the style of writing is there? Then sir, while writing essay, how you are approaching it, how you are starting it, how you are concluding it. So what are you writing in the body part? So these type of things has helped me very much. I have sir, even I remember that in one of the one of the essays I have written here, you have said that try to write an emotional essay.
Yes.
So this
That's
time
what
I
I
have,
mean.
yes sir, I have tried to write an emotional essay, and I don't know, only the marks will tell that how it has fared in the exam. So
That's
GS
what
test
I-
series and public administration test series has immensely helped me sir in this
That's so
exam.
nice of you. I remember in the essay also, I always keep on saying that GS you have to write with your brain,
Yes sir.
whereas essay you should be writing with your heart.
Your heart, yes sir.
So that's a good point. Yes. Continuing with this, Pradeep, what kind of strategy would you would you give to the future aspirants for the entire preparation?
The entire preparation.
Yeah.
Sir, for future aspirants who are preparing for 2021 or 2022, first thing is be very determined in your mind that you are preparing for this exam. This exam is very uncertain. You may clear it in first attempt itself, or you may have to wait a little longer. So first thing is that you should be very clear in your mind that you want to be a civil service officer. Second thing is consistency is what is needed in this exam. So you have to be very consistent with your preparation. Even a gap of 5 to 6 days will lead you will make you again repeat the same book or same material. It may skip in your mind. So do not make any gap come in your study. Consistency is very important. Be very clear with your goals and targets. Then the third thing is, do not start with the prelims. Actually, if you are preparing for 2022 or preparing for 2021, then this point of time you can start with mains perspective, because many of the students start preparing with prelims. After they clear prelims, then they start preparing for mains. And after prelims and mains, only there is a time period of only 3 to 3.5 months. So that period is very small time. If even for the content
Exactly.
building, so you may not be able to write sufficiently, or you may not be able to do the answer writing that is required in the exam. So you may prepare for the mains at this point of time. If if you are preparing for 2021, then up to December they can prepare for the mains. They can do the required answer writing. Then from the January or February they can start preparing for the prelims. That will held in June, I think June 2021. After prelims, then they would have some knowledge about writing and about the mains pattern and about the main syllabus. So it will immensely help them. So focus differently on different phases of the exam. Focus differently. You should have a different strategy for prelims, because you have to focus on factual part of the syllabus. For mains, try to build your opinion and try to build your thoughts on the various aspects. International relations is there, internal security is there, current affairs. You have to be very attentive and you have to be open-minded with the current affairs. So how it is going to impact our country in the long term. So for mains point of view, you have to be you need to be a thinker in
Exactly.
a sense,
Yes.
that how it is going to impact your country, and that will immensely help you.
Analysis is more important.
Yes sir, analytical part you have to develop for mains point of view. For prelims, you can how much you can cram the
Yeah.
factual things.
Facts, remembering the facts.
Remembering the facts is more important.
So these are the questions from my side,
Yes sir.
right? Which one is more difficult, preparing for the examination or giving interviews for the last 1.5 months, non-stop?
Okay sir. Sir, I think both things are very difficult, but giving the interviews after getting the success is more difficult, because before before the success, while you are preparing for the exam, So you know that what is coming and for what you have to prepare, and what this is the syllabus you have to prepare. This questions will come, you have to write in this manner, and you also practicing for that thing. But after you get this success, this is everything is a big surprise for you. You are
Obviously.
not prepared for that. You did not have any practice for that. So everything is like extempore, and you have to go and you have to just speak up so much. So this part is much difficult.
You are not used to speaking so much also, you are very,
Yes, sir. But sir, in last 1.5 months, I think I have spoken even more than in last 1 or 2 years. I have spoken.
right. So the next question is again from my side only. After achieving so much of success, how you have been able to keep yourself grounded completely, so humble again. What you were just like, before the results. Even in the class also nobody would notice you.
Yes.
You would just come, listen to the discussion and you will leave.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, there are some students who can make a lot of noise in the class,
Yes.
try to be heard in the class.
Yes, sir.
So, how did you keep yourself grounded?
Actually, sir, I came from a very humble background. My father is a farmer, and the whole journey for UPSC has been a very struggling one for me. So I started with a private job, then I left it, then I joined the income tax job through SSC, and after that I started preparing for UPSC. And even while preparing the UPSC, I have met so many types of persons and people. So I have always tried to analyze them, their thinking, and what they want to say, what is their opinion about things. Even in the class, I use my total attention was what you are saying in the class, and what I have written in the exam, in the test paper, and what you are telling about the answer of that question. So also, if other people were talking, I also tend to get what if any point that they are being highlighting the good point, then I try to take them over. So in the end, if it goes well, then
It goes back to your roots,
Yes, sir.
your humble roots, and that really made you. It's
Actually,
okay.
sir, this is the part of personality.
Exactly. But I think that is what really helped you in your interview also, personality test also.
Yes, sir. I think that it may have helped me, but I think the communication part with me is a bit lacking one. So I do not know that how much marks I will get in the interview. But hopefully, I may be getting good marks.
So Pradeep, next question. I don't want to take much of your time. The next question is, during these periods of uncertainty, when you have been not been able to clear the prelims, how did you motivate yourself for those 2 years when you could not clear prelims? Because there are so many people, as you can see nowadays, people are getting depressed very easily. What kind of message? Because you are the right now role model for lakhs of young students who are there in the country preparing for all kinds of competitive examinations, who wants to make a career out of out of whatever they are doing. So how do they fight that kind of depression and negative tendencies?
Sir, important thing is that like you have said, you have to get back to your roots, and these are the things that gives you courage, your determination, and the enough amount of energy to face the difficulties and the struggles in your life. When you go back to your roots, you will see that our forefathers, our family, our father, our grandfather have struggled so much in their life.
Right.
And now we are getting so much facilities, so we can if we go to their time and if we try to learn their life, then it was much difficult than our
That's
life.
100%
But people
right.
are getting more depressed nowadays because they want everything to be they want comfortable in their
Exactly.
life. They want to be comfortable.
They want
don't-
comforts without hard work.
Yes, sir, without
Right.
work. So that is the main thing that is getting them depressed so easily. Important thing is if you are facing difficult, then take it as a challenge.
Right.
So if you are taking it as a challenge, then you may be finding the solutions for it. Many people are there. If they find any difficulty, then they start getting depressed. That this is a difficulty. How I will be able to face it? I am not going to be selected, and this and this. So take it as a challenge. face it and work hard for it, struggle with it, and then one day you will get the success.
Definitely.
That is the main mantra for it.
Now, for some of these tests and discussions, you were not able to attend them, so you watched them online
Yes,
through
sir.
our partnership with NeoStencil.
Yes, sir.
How did it help you, this online thing also?
Sir, online thing is, I think the technology is the new normal in our life,
Right.
and because I was working and I was also not getting the enough time for attending the discussions here. So the NeoStencils has helped me, because the discussions which were there in the class, I could just see them at my comfort in my office or even at my home while those discussions through NeoStencils. So technology is bridging that gap, that people in the classroom in the big cities and people at the comfort of their home or even the rural areas. So I think it is also, and it is going to be the future of our country, because now we are focusing on Digital India campaign and all this, and the technology is reaching to the far richer areas of our country. So it is a good thing, and NeoStencils has helped me in my preparation. So I also want to thank the NeoStencil for their contribution to my success.
So nice of you, Pradeep.
Thank you,
You know, from our institutions, Pawan Kumar IAS, and in general, we are really proud of your performance. Extremely proud of your performance, and we are also really proud of your, personality. More than success, what really matters is the personality. So, and we are extremely proud of your performance, success, and personality.
Thank you, sir.
And we wish you, great success in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.